Star Wars only, I don't know what the fuck your problem is.
Silly old me thought the Star Wars fans were kind of uniting in a way. I thought a lot of fans were coming together after the Rise of Skywalker and the news we got about the Clone Wars and the Mandalorian and Jedi Fallen Order. I thought a lot of fans were kind of saying, alright, let's see where this goes. If they can do this right, I'll get back on Star Wars and we can all be a happy fandom again, and we can just look at The Last Jedi as a divisive film that will just leave in the past and see what the future holds. I thought we were becoming a little bit better. But little did I know, Mark Hamill put out that tweet that we talked about where he says missed opportunities, and he puts the picture of the original trilogy cast with the original trilogy movies reuniting. I mean, they're all reunited in the Millennium Falcon, something that a lot of fans wanted to see. And I know some fans were critical of Mark Hamill, but I just didn't realize how toxic they were. I mean, and I'm not, like, exaggerating. I mean, people were literally getting mad at Mark Hamill and giving him shit for wanting to reunite with his friends of old. This person named Finn Fett put out, "Someone take Mark's phone from him." A grown man can't even have his phone now because he's putting out a picture of his friends reunited 40 years after, they worked on a film together. That's how toxic these people are. Then you have Star Wars Stuff just putting out Mark ... which is pretty disappointing because I actually follow them on Twitter and expected more from them. Katie put out, "Do you realize how insulting this is to people who are working hard for years to make exciting new characters for us to enjoy, and how your tweets feed the hordes of fanboys who push people like Daisy Ridley and KMT off social media? Are you even aware of your poor impact?" I don't think Katie understands how insulting a lot of people thought the new films were to the original trilogy. People who grew up with that. I mean, there's a lot of people who did not like what happened. This stuff is ridiculous. It gets more toxic, though. That's not just the only stuff that people are putting out. This guy named Matthew, I feel like this would have been a boring movie. Like, I've seen it. I can watch it anytime I want. I'm glad you didn't make it again. I don't think he's seen the sequel trilogy, because he says what you made was new and fresh and interesting. Force Awakens was literally a copy of A New Hope. J.J. Abrams acknowledges this criticism and talks about it in an interview recently at Star Wars Celebration. So it's not like that's gone unnoticed. People have known that this is a copy of A New Hope, and that doesn't make it a new and fresh, entertaining movie. It literally is just A New Hope. And don't think I don't like The Force Awakens. I think it's a good film. I actually like The Force Awakens. I know a lot of people shit on it, but I actually like The Force Awakens. I think it's a solid movie. The Force Awakens, for me, did its job of building up the excitement for the future of the sequels. And Episode 8 just missed the mark for me. I was not a fan of Episode 8. I thought it was a really bad film. This person, Zane, I don't care. I love you, Mark, but don't do this. All four of you have already had some amazing moments in Star Wars, even in the new films. And I don't really agree with him on that. Leia had that weird flying scene in The Last Jedi. Her and Han have basically been made out to be bad parents. Mark Hamill played Luke Skywalker that turned into a different version of Luke that attacks his nephew in the night for some reason. This one's really toxic. This is the stuff that kind of irks me. This person named Reno says, "Mark, I really thought better of you." Wow. They thought better of Mark, but they don't think that good of him anymore after this picture. That's how they feel about Star Wars. That's how stupid these people are. Really, that's stupid. Mark puts out a tweet like this and you go, wow, I thought better of you. Like, I'm disappointed in you, Mark, for wanting to reunite with your friends that you knew from 40 years ago. I talked in my last video about how, imagine being a child in 77, watching the original trilogy, growing up 40-something years later, and seeing your heroes reunite on screen one more time. Just for a simple, one scene. That's all we need. Imagine being that kid. Now take that a step further. Imagine being Luke Skywalker. Imagine being Mark Hamill there for Star Wars. Having your life completely changed by the Star Wars franchise and the fans and the people around you. Carrie Fisher wasn't just some co-actor or co-actress for Mark Hamill. That was literally his sister. They talked about that all the time, how close they were. Him and Harrison became great lifelong friends because of Star Wars. These people weren't just actors, they literally were family. And this dude's talking about how amazing that would have been to reprise the roles that brought them together one more time. He can't get that anymore. Harrison's gone in Episode 7, Carrie Fisher sadly passed away in 2016, and Mark Hamill's character was killed off in Episode 8. Supposedly. We don't know what he's going to do in Episode 9, but still. The point is, people are getting mad at him for wanting to reunite with his friends, which is beyond stupid. And they're pointing at the sequel trilogy saying, oh, we should focus on the new characters. And I completely agree with that, and I don't mind that. But the fact is, they rely so heavily on the original trilogy characters. A lot of people are saying this scene is unnecessary and it's pointless. It doesn't add anything to the story. Does Luke Skywalker suck in on green milk from a tit of an alien thing? Add to the story? What does that add to the story that this scene would not? You're really going to argue that this would add nothing, but that scene does. These people are beyond toxic. They're beyond reason. Mark Hamill puts out a tweet, said, saw a picture of me with Billy D, Harrison, and Harry. I wonder why he did that, but posted it because I miss them. Nothing more, nothing less. I love the new cast too and didn't mean to get everyone's knickers in a twist. Maybe I should have just posted a bunch of in-game spoilers instead. Relax and have fun, people. And I can't imagine he's talking to the people who liked the tweet, because there's been a lot of positive reactions to this tweet. Let's see, it's some of them right here. This guy, Michael, he's an actor. He says, amen, amen. Kate Skywalker says, I agree with you, Mark, and puts a heart. Someone puts, best trio always. Nothing but positive vibes. This shows that you need to stay away from Twitter. You need to stay away from these comment sections because these people are toxic. These people on Twitter think they're the scholars of Star Wars. They think they understand everything about Star Wars, and they really don't know anything. This is clear proof that they're incapable of disagreeing with people. And there's some people who like The Last Jedi. There's some people who are on the SJW side of Star Wars, is what some people would call it. I just call it the pro-Disney crowd and the modern-day Star Wars crowd, or the people who are okay with the modern-day Star Wars. A lot of these people can be agreeable. I'm not going to sit here and come out with this message of they're all toxic and they're all negative. There's people that I don't agree with that I still talk to and I'm still cool with. One of them is a guy named The Junkman. The other guy is named AdAtChat. I disagree with these guys on about certain things on Star Wars, but we're still nice to each other. We still talk. I talk to AdAtChat all the time on Twitter and, personal chats. The point is you can disagree and still be nice to each other. You can still have conversations. You can disagree and be positive. Not everyone in the comment section of Mark Hamill is saying that, oh, this is awful, and, how dare you, Mark. Some people are saying positive things, even if they don't like the sequels. And Mark wasn't doing this to be disrespectful to the sequels. He was just saying, hey, I wish I could reunite with my family. But these people like to overreact to everything, and they want attention, and they want drama. And they get it because they're like children. They yell and scream until they get a response. And Mark Hamill gave them a response. So we'll see how this goes. I really wish this stuff would not continue in the fandom. I don't like talking about it. I hate the fact that I'm even making a video about it, and I apologize for anyone watching this who doesn't want to see this stuff. I mean, if you're at this point in the video, you're obviously more intrigued in it than you should be. But this stuff gets old, gets annoying, and it does need to kind of stop. And I really wish the fandom would kind of not be so damn toxic all the time, especially if it's just going to be a picture like this. But, tell me your thoughts below. I'm Star Wars Only. Hope you guys enjoyed this little talk we had. I'll see y'all next time, and may the Force be with you always.